YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Crypto J coming at you guys with yet another J Talks Crypto. If you're brand new to my channel, hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification. I do my best each and every day to give you guys the top picks in cryptocurrency. Guys, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. What I said. What I said, boy. What I said. Let's talk about it. Let's see kind of what's going on. Just before we get into this, guys, I just got to let you know too, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just the homie Crypto J. I've been doing this for a while now. Not my first cycle. But some stuff that we did talk about, right? Some stuff we did really talk about. I think a lot of you guys are really starting to understand these cycles now and understand kind of how the week flows and what to expect at what points in the week. And again, that's stuff that you don't get on any other channel. So again, if you guys appreciate that, please hit the like button, hit the comment section, because it really does help with the channel. Also, it helps Toshi too. So make sure you do that. Today, we're going to talk about Bitcoin, right? We're going to talk about what is going on with Bitcoin. So as you guys can see, market cap coming in at 2.73, fear greed index coming in at a 33, Bitcoin coming in at an 83, right? Yikes. Breaking down. This is what we were concerned about. This is what I was talking about. Was a realistic possibility of what could happen based off of the chart. And look at this, guys. Wow, what a breakdown, right? Talked about the fact that price action usually happens later in the week. Why is that? Because our market closes later in the week, right? So we'll see. We usually see if the market is feeling very bullish going into the weekend, or we usually see if the market is lacking volume, which was really what was happening, right? And I always say of lack of volume is also a sign, especially in a downtrend, of a lack of demand. And this is actually a sign that bears look for. Like if I'm shorting stuff, if I'm a bear in a situation, I look for a lack of volume. And that's actually why I trade with Keltner channels, by the way, guys. I trade with Keltner channels to show me the volume. I also use RSI. Those are the two indicators I use. If you guys ever want to, if you're new to trading, right? If you ever want to trade like with the indicators that I use these Keltner channels. They make it really easy, but it lets me know just kind of like where the trend's at. And then I also use the RSI, and this lets me know how strong the trend is too, right? As well as I could see the volume that's going through the trade right here. That's what this is. And to a lot of people, this just looked like a bunch of lines and stuff like that. But I like to switch between the this area chart or the line chart or whatever you want to call it. I like to switch between the line chart, and I do like to switch between the candle chart too, just to know, you know, what candles are closing on the day and stuff like that, and just to kind of see how we're doing as far as volume on the days. You guys can see it's been a lot of sell action today. Each one of these little candles represents one day, right? Because we're looking at the 1 day chart, but as we dial it down, now each candle is representing 4 hours, and as we get smaller and smaller, they represent a smaller time frame. And one thing that we talk about on my channel, guys, so much, right? So much, and this is again why some people will be good. Some of you guys would actually probably make pretty decent scalpers because you watch the channel enough, and I'm a pretty decent scalper myself. But as you guys can see, we talk about the fact that once we start trending below this bottom Keltner channel, becomes what? Slippery slope, right? I say it all the time. And this is what I'm concerned about with Bitcoin now happening. We saw this retest of this bottom Keltner channel here. We are starting to show now that Bitcoin is having a hard time breaking above this bottom Keltner channel. And this is a sign that we're going to see a usually big sell-off, right? This is that bear flag that we talked about, right? This shoulder, head, shoulder, right? This is a shoulder, head, shoulder. And then you could see we created a big sell-off. We created this bear flag. We rejected off of this level here, and it just turned into a slippery slope. Now Bitcoin lacking volume. We're seeing a lot of shorts coming in. These guys see this as opportunity, baby. This is what you call a sweet trade for a bear. So you have to understand that this is a live market. These guys are trading all day, 24 hour, 24/7. And just like we look for awesome points of entry for bullish entries, these guys have been playing the bear game now for the past couple months, and some of them are making decent money doing it. A lot of them are getting wrecked doing it too, because again, that is gambling too, and they're looking to make that quick money, and it hasn't been that easy making that swing money. And I told you guys it's going to be a swingers market pretty much for the next couple months. I still think that it's going to be a swingers market. You guys can see though, like it hasn't been easy for these guys making money. And you could really see it on this chart right here. The past month, this is what Bitcoin has done. Liquidated, yo behind, left and right. So again, there's a chance that we could catch some support down here in this 80 range. It's just that volatile. Or again, there's a chance that we don't. There's a chance that this thing breaks all the way down to that 68 range, which I think is going to ultimately happen. I don't think it's going to happen right away. It's not the way it works. I wish that we would just hit the bottom tomorrow and just start recovering. I wish that too. Believe me, I understand the microwave mentality that is retail, but at the same time, I'm also of the understanding that these market corrections take time. They usually take months, to be honest with you guys. And that's pretty much what I expect. I could expect a lot of these guys jerking us around, us seeing better prices. Very similar, I expect, honestly, to this prior cycle over here. Well, not the cycle. This is still part of our cycle, right? This was just a correction. But it reminds me of this correction, which also happened in March, right? We saw this sell-off all the way down to August. We created this wedge. We saw ourselves retest, right? We thought multiple times we were going to start breaking up, that we had a bull flag forming here. Ultimately, it was a bull flag, but it took more time than people anticipated. And every time Bitcoin does these little drops and goes down to these levels of uncertainty, especially if this thing decides it wants to go below 80K, by the way, expect to see a lot of blood, because it's a psychological barrier right there. And people are going to think that this thing is going to go down. They're going to be selling out their positions. And that's what we see happening, guys. We're seeing retail selling out. Look, another bear flag after bear flag, as we're watching Bitcoin now break down. But I'm telling you guys, and I told you guys too, I said, by the weekend, we're probably going to be retesting either a low, or we're going to be testing that 90K range. And it looks like we're going to be testing, honestly, 80K. And by Sunday, we might even break this. If we don't get some bullish news coming out that can move the market. And even then, like, what is moving the market? That is my concern. And that is the concern of what I think is an accumulation cycle and a bear trend. I mean, it's not a concern. It's more just like a FUD. It's a fear, right? That this thing is going to keep going down. Dude, my Instagram is blowing up right now. Oh my God. Instagram is blowing up for me, by the way. If you guys are not following me over on Instagram, follow me over on Instagram, because I appreciate all the support. But as you guys can see, again, Bitcoin is retesting this low again, even on the 30-minute. And if we break down off of this, man, we might see some more sell-off. But again, if we drop under that 80K, expect to see more blood in the market. Expect it to trickle all the way down. And again, look, wow, we're breaking through some key resistance right now, right? 84 range. We did not want to break back down. We might see some lower ranges. We might even see that 78K range sooner than later. We might honestly see that by Sunday. I would be short on this weekend, to be honest with you guys. I'm not telling you guys to go short the market. Again, I already told you guys that playing with leverage is extremely risky, but I did tell you guys that this price has been looking funky, and that even yesterday I was saying, like, this is kind of like a nasty market and it's kind of short. It's already broken down. It really has. Like, you guys could see, we created this rising wedge here, and then we kind of started, rejecting off of this second range here. And then again, it's a slippery slope. Dude, calling me nonstop. What is going on right now? I have no idea. Anyway, guys, that's kind of what I'm paying attention with that. Let's talk about Toshi Coin, because as you guys can see, Toshi Coin also taking a hit today. Let me just refresh the page so I have an accurate price on the page. Dude, whoever's calling me like this, you're going to get blocked. Anyway, as you guys can see, it's down 7% right now in the past 24 hours. This is not that bad when you consider how bad the market just took a hit just now. This is a pretty substantial hit on Bitcoin right now. So again, this is going to drive a lot of fear. I'm assuming a lot of things are bleeding right now, including Ethereum. I've been hearing about Ethereum so much, but guys, I told you, your boy Crypto J told you, I already gave you my price prediction on Ethereum, and I'm telling you right now, it's still at 18, but I think it's still going to 11 or 12, to be honest with you. If Bitcoin decides it wants to dump, it's going to be the only thing that you guys are hearing about. But you know what? I've been talking about Ethereum's lack of volume all year long, more than a year, dude. I've been talking about Ethereum's lack of volume since like 2023. To be honest with you, it's been like a lack. It's been, look how many times we've rejected off of this range. And now look, it's just like bear flag after bear flag. This is the most disgusting chart. Who the heck would buy this? And that's what it comes down to. It comes down to like, who the heck would buy this? Like, this is not attractive to an investor. And this is why most people start off in investing and they buy things towards the top because that is attractive to them. That is not an attractive price. When it's at the top, it's really not attractive. Like maybe when Ethereum was like starting to make a comeback, this might be attractive because you might be like, okay, I'm long on this. You know, the market's doing well. Ethereum's making a comeback. You know, this seems like a good hold for the next couple months. This right here, honestly, on Ethereum does not even look like an accumulation zone. I'm not even like buying this right now. I'm waiting for this to drop more substantially. I feel like this, again, going to drop between 11 and 12. If that happens, expect that to be all over every headline causing so much fear. And you know what? Expect me to be buying it at 11 or 12 because, in my opinion, all you guys that are selling this fear, you will, we'll see. We'll see if that's a good idea or and by Q4, if that will be a bad idea. I think in Q4, that would be a bad idea. But again, I do feel like these guys are going to be jacking around these prices. I expect it. We're seeing it on Toshi Coin right now, even down now 9% on the past 24 hours. But again, guys, if Bitcoin decides it wants to break down, just expect, again, some more correction in the market, some cheaper prices, some more opportunity. I already told you guys that a correction down to 68K does not mean the end of our cycle. Corrections are healthy. They are normal. Anybody that tells you that they know what is going to happen in the future is a liar. They don't know. I don't know. The price can recover still. You know, we can find some support down at 82 or something and start recovering. I don't know what's going to happen, guys. Nobody knows what's going to happen. We're going to keep covering it. I'm going to keep giving you my honest opinion. Hopefully I'll get the camera to work in the next video. But I do appreciate all you guys that have been watching, that have been sharing the videos, that have been liking them. It helps the channel a great deal, guys. And again, if nobody loves you, Crypto J loves you. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.